Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live, and I'm here with Dan Priest with Priest Insurance. It's a beautiful day here on the upper Texas coast. They're going to see this in a couple weeks, but we just went through Burl a week or two ago. Completely different storm from Alberta that was 2 weeks before that.
Right.
We had a little wind. Had a whole lot of tide, both on the beachfront and the bay side, and actually the bay side came back later. Let's talk about claims, I guess.
Okay. All right.
There's roof damage, but it wasn't a lot from what I saw.
Yep. So we did, and you know, it's a funny thing. We've already done one of these shows on Alberta, which was 500 miles away.
Hopefully we don't come back in 2 weeks again.
Yeah, no kidding. So,
517 miles when it made landfall. This one was probably 120?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We're on the dirty side of it. It was a little small storm, bigger winds. We had some pretty good gusts here on the beach. Had some pretty good tides. 87 got messed up for a minute, but TxDOT did their thing in a hurry.
Yep. Actually, the county, you know, emergency services down here, the ferry was closed down.
Right.
And 87 was closed down. And so actually Galveston County, just so y'all know, Galveston County came in and removed the barricades. Strictly, it was still closed strictly so that they could get emergency personnel through.
Yeah, but everybody did a great job, and Energy did too.
Yes.
So let's talk about what happened as a result of this hurricane. So we had a pretty good wind. You know, there was some roof damage. We've had a few people that actually have had major roof damage, but that was probably from a little tornado that came through.
Right.
But overall, up and down the peninsula, the roof damage was minimal. Yes, and so
some ridge, a shingle here.
A few shingles here and there. So today, and the flood, while we got some surge, most of the flood really just wasn't that much, and is not, usually most of that is not going to be covered from the level of water that we had. On the wind side, the few shingles, some of the roofs, so we had some of them that are one bundle or two bundles. So in windstorm, for example, if you have some roof damage, less than 100 square feet of roofing that doesn't involve a deck, there's no requirement for a WPI 8. And there
Which is 10 by 10.
10 by 10, or conversely, if you look up Google, a bundle has 33 square feet in it. So 3 bundles of shingles, okay? If you can't measure 10 by 10 because shingles are everywhere. So if you're having that type of repair, a WPA is not required. It's always great to get a qualified roofer to look at your roof. Or you can always make a claim with TWIA and get that started as well. But you don't have to do anything special, no WPAs, just get the roof repairs
done.
Yeah. Siding, less than 10% of the surface area. So if you have a side of your house that's 50 feet long and 10 feet high, that's 500 square feet, so 50 square feet of siding or less.
Doesn't need IPA.
Yes.
I'm going to throw one at you.
Here we go.
Wind-driven rain. We had it at our house because around the doors, some of the windows. In fact, at one time it was like someone had, because we're at 65-mile-an-hour winds.
Right.
Like someone had a water hose almost out there.
Yep.
Is any of that covered?
It can be.
Okay.
It can be. It depends on the policy that you have, the sister policies with it. Okay. So that is a possibility that you could get some coverage for that. Just depends on your deductible.
Right.
Okay. Whether it's building or contents.
You know, I went out and had people call me to do photographs of their roof, you know, with the drone. And so I went out and I took every side, and if I saw something, I really zoomed in on it. If not, I got down so that they could, and they were large files, they could have zoomed in and see, is this corner torn or what that.
Right.
And so I know I did some homes, did Keith's and another person in Crystal Beach, and had some other calls on it too. But Is it on something like this, is it good just to call a roofer and say, look, can you just come out and check?
Sure, it's always good to know and have that documentation that there's no damage. If I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think Aaron and Franklin offers an inspection program, don't they?
They have a smart home protection program, and they actually come out once a year and do a complete inspection from banisters to siding, the complete house, and they give you an engineered report.
That's a great hard reset.
Right.
Something
it's something to refer to. If you had that done, say in April or May, you have documentation that you had a full roof, everything was in great shape, and so then you can go back and say, well, look, I lost this or I lost this. You have documentation from an engineer that this is what it started at. It gives you a base value.
Absolutely. That's a great idea. They can do it, or also documentation yourself is a good thing. That's probably a better program. So again, we've done Burl, we've done Alberto.
Right.
2 different storms, 2 different instances.
2 completely different outcomes.
Burl goes into
Matagorda.
Sabine Pass.
It would have been a whole different
non-event almost here.
Right.
So every storm is different. Hopefully, we've done our share for this year, but the next storm again could be different. We could be involving multiple deductibles, whatever it is. Again, if you haven't talked to us or your agent, do so.
Yeah.
Go through your coverages. We have people we see that put up an outbuilding and they think it's covered, and we don't know anything about it for wind. So please take a look at what you've got. Talk to us about what you're doing, and we'll help you get through hopefully the next non-event we have.
You know, and it would have been different too if it started to sort of ride the coast. You know, Harvey came in down there and then rode the coast inland and just was sucking moisture off and dropping rain. This thing sort of started looking like it was going to ride the coast up, but offshore, which would have given us the bad side and the good side if it would have gone in, you know, east of us somewhere, you know, and even Laura went in east of us, but we still had some wind, but the wind was blowing the different direction.
The important thing is they're all different. That's why you need all 3 policies. You could have you could have a lightning, which would be a hazard policy or a homeowner's policy claim. You could have wind, which could blow your door open and water come in and rip your roof off. You could have flood and wave action hit your house. So all 3 deductibles could come in play, and they all work together. You know, we talked about energy and the things that they did, and TxDOT and the things that they did along the way. David, a little props to you. You did a great job.
Well, thank you. I love it.
Keith was open all the time.
Keith was open at 7 o'clock Monday morning.
Had gasoline, had it brought in, and it was the line line for gasoline.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. So you did good.
And you've made a lot of trips down here checking on homes as y'all get, and that's the good part about dealing with someone that is in the area that knows the coastal, because not only do you have a home here for 40 years, your office is in Lumberton, and you've seen what happens inland a little bit, and so you get the best of both worlds. So if people want to get hold of you with questions, how can they get hold of you?
Call us at 409-755-7600, priestinsuranceenagency.com.
Great.
Ask for myself, Jamie, Shea, or any of the girls in the office.
They've got a great group of girls. We're going to head on out. We'll be back next Monday, hopefully from the sunny beach on Bolivar Peninsula. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.